The maker of the amendment has brought up some, I think, very interesting points. And my normal approach on something like this would be to say transparency is always better. And so I do applaud the maker of the amendment for the amendment. What I tried to look at in terms of making an informed decision is what are the system of internal controls that would be allowable to be able to make changes. And once things go out of any committee or the process, there's a whole series of processes of amendments. You know, I've only been here for a relatively short period of time, into my young years rather than my advanced years, since I'll use young years in this stage, is that the snail's pace approach by which things happen in Harrisburg are such a nature that the system of controls is designed to make this difficult to change laws so that things and bad laws don't get passed. And there's a tremendous amount of value to that. So I am not supporting the amendment while I support transparency, and I applaud the maker for making it. I just think that we've got tremendous amount of controls. I remember my first vote in the House was when Representative Vitale made a change and recommended something on the floor, and I voted with the representative on that change. There are ways to do this and ways to fix it, ways not to. And so I would encourage us that we're dealing here with local government. It needs to be fixed. I can give you hundreds of examples that go beyond the amendment where I've seen areas got passed in local communities. It's a problem. If something were to be done to change some of the rules in the House, as an example, I would understand how those would be done. But at this point, we've got the ability, once a bill's been introduced, to do amendments on the second amendment. I'm sorry, on the second reading. The Senate has the opportunity to make additional amendments. It comes back then for concurrence, and then it has to go to the governor. This series of checks and balances in this process to protect all of us are significantly greater than it sometimes may be prudent, sometimes may in fact get in the way of good governance. But again, the effort of achieving the transparency, I think, can be done in multiple ways outside of this. So for that reason, I am not supporting the amendment and would recommend a no vote.